Hello again and welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is for Jacob's Ladder crochet stitch. It's only got a 2-row pattern, so it's quite an easy one to do. I'm using up some Lion brand Mandala yarn that I had left from previous projects, and I thought it would be a good idea to make up a scarf with the scraps that I had left. Show you just a close-up of the stitch. I'm using double knit yarn, the Mandala, with a 5mm hook. We're going to start, as always, with a chain, and the chain needs to be in multiples of 5 plus 2. So I'm going to start with the pink that may well change to another colour as we go along. I'm going to slip knot onto the hook and start with the chains. So as I say, we've got multiples of 5 plus 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20, and then I'm going to do the extra 2 chains. So depending how wide you want your project to be, if you're making a blanket, a baby blanket or something other than a scarf or cowl, you can then add on more chains to your foundation chain, as long as you stick to the multiples of 5 plus 2. So now in the 4th chain from the hook, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to work a double crochet. I'm using US terms as always on my tutorials. So into the chain, pick up a loop, yarn over, through 2 once, yarn over, through 2 twice, hence the double. So we've now got 2 stitches, because the 3 chains here that we've skipped will count as the first double. Just slightly zoom in there. We now need 5 stitches all together before we do the loop. So we've already got 2 there. I'm going to do a further 3 doubles into this chain. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. So we've now got 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're now going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. We're now going to slip stitch back into the top of the 5th double that we did there. So to do that, we're just going to put the hook through these 2 loops here. So just slide the hook through the 2 loops. So we've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3, and that fastens off the loop there. We're now going to do another double into each of the next 5 stitches. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So again, we're going to do the 10 chain to make the next loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Again, we're going to come back down to the double, pop the hook through the 2 loops at the top of the stitch, just yarn over and pull through all 3. Back to the 5 doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 10 chain to make the next loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back down to the double, hook through the 2 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3, and that will leave us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains at the end. We're going to do 1 double into each of those chains. There's 2, 3, oops, 4, and the last one is 5. So that's row 1 complete. We're now going to flip over, and to keep the side edges nice and neat, I'm going to chain 1, but then into the same stitch I'm going to work a single crochet. So that's yarn into the stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over and just through the 1 time. We're now going to do a single crochet into each stitch all the way along, but be very careful not to skip the stitch where we did the loops. So the easiest way to do this is to actually count in 5s. So there we've got the first single crochet, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We now need to push the chain loop to the back and work a single crochet into the double where the chain loop was formed. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Push the chain loop to the back, work a single into that double, plus 1 into each of the next 4 stitches. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, making 5 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push the loop to the back, work a single into, oops, just caught the loop there. Work a single into that same stitch, and you're now left with 3 doubles and the 3 chains that we started with. We're going to do a single into each of those doubles, and then the very last stitch is going to go into the 3rd chain of the starting stitch. I'm going to change colour, although you don't need to change colour, you can do this design just in a single colour, but I think it shows the loops a lot better if it's an alternate colour. So I'm going to snip off the yarn, pull the loop through and fasten off. So there we've got the first 2 rows, and each pattern repeat now is going to be exactly the same as these 2 rows. So to start in the next colour, I slip knot onto the hook and then work a slip stitch into that first stitch. So we've now got 2 tails of yarn, and I'm going to work over those as I carry on this next row. So the first stitch again is going to be 3 chains. That counts as the first double. So if you carry the 2 tails of yarn across, you can actually work over those stitches, which is going to save sewing them in afterwards. So we're now going to work 4 doubles, 1 in each of the next 4 stitches, which gives us 5 altogether with this starting stitch. So into the stitch, pick up a loop, yarn over, pick up a loop, yarn over. We're going to do 4 doubles altogether over these stitches. So we've now got 5 stitches, the 3 chain plus 4 doubles. We're now going to again work 10 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again we're going to slip stitch into the top of the double. So we just slide through those 2 bars, 3 on the hook, yarn over and through all 3. And then again going to work a double in each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again we're going to work 10 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to join back into the top of the double and again work 5 doubles across the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we're back onto the 10 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Going to join into the top of the double and we're left with 4 doubles and 4 stitches, and the final stitch is going to go into that last single. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So there we've completed row 1 again. Flip over, chain 1, and then we're going to work a single crochet again into each stitch all the way across, not forgetting to do the first single into that first stitch. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Push the chain loop to the back and work a single into the double that we did the chain loop at the top of. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Push the loop to the back and work a single into the next 5. That's 2, 3, 4 and 5. Push the loop to the back, and again we've got 5 stitches left. We're going to do a single in each one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the final stitch goes into the top of the 3 chain from the previous row. So there we've got the last single. So those 2 rows form the pattern, and you will just work as many repeats of those 2 until you've got the desired length of whatever item you're making. Once you've done all of the stripes with the loops, I'll show you then how to complete the loops. I've done these 4 on my project, so I'm just left with the final row. So we're always going to start with the last loop that you formed. So on the very last row you've done your doubles with the chain loop, and then you've gone back and worked a row of singles, and then we just simply pull, you just pull the second loop through the first loop, the third loop is going to go through the second, and so on. We're just going to carry on all the way down to the bottom, just looping each chain loop through the last one. And then when you get to the bottom, the easiest way to finish it off is just to attach this final loop to the bottom of the scarf or blanket, whatever it is that you're making. I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and learnt something new. Please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.